In today's video, I want to share the top 5 niches that I recommend starting with if you're a brand new Amazon seller. So this video is updated for 2024. So if you're thinking to yourself, like, what should I sell on Amazon? Like, what are the categories I should focus on? Like, you might have always wondered, well, what should I sell? Like, what's the best product to sell? So this video is going to share the top 5 niches or categories of products that I would recommend starting in 2024. So number 1 is going to be books. I love selling books. There's a couple reasons why. Number 1, there's not a ton of restrictions with books. Number 2, books are very inexpensive. You can pick them up for a buck or two at garage sales, thrift stores like Goodwill, Salvation Army. You can even find them at flea markets, auctions, and they're easy to ship. They're not going to get damaged for the most part, and the margins can be extremely high. So for that reason, I would say books are the best way to get started selling on Amazon. And matter of fact, I do have a free 5-day book selling workshop that you can check out down below, rakeandprofit.com/workshop. It's over 2 hours. It's 100% free that will walk you through the process of how to find books, analyze books, list books, ship books. So definitely check that out. The second niche that I would highly recommend, and I hold this niche close to my heart because I sold over 5,000 of these products over the last year and a half, and this is CDs and DVDs. Now, the downside to selling these on Amazon is you do have to get ungated, but the good news is you can go to a website called christianbooks.com, buy 10 of one specific DVD or CD, one single ASIN, get the invoice for that. christianbooks.com will send that to you. Go to add product, upload it, and bada bing, bada boom, you will be ungated. Now, a couple reasons why I love selling DVDs is number 1, they are easy to get ungated. Number 2, they're so light in weight, they're small in dimensions, and they're just really easy to ship to Amazon. They're extremely inexpensive to ship. They don't take up a lot of space at your house. Maybe if you're doing FBM, even though I'm 100% FBA, there's low competition because most people, they just won't take the time to get ungated, and the margins are through the roof. I mean, especially if you're thrifting. I mean, I do mostly eBay to Amazon flips, but if you're thrifting, you could find DVDs for $1, $2, and flip them for $40, $50, $60, $70. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, because I have some videos coming out in the future sharing some of the craziest DVD flips and CD flips that I've had. So definitely be sure to subscribe, but I love selling CDs and DVDs on Amazon. Niche or category number 3 is board games. Now, you're not going to typically find hundreds of thousands of board games like books and CDs and DVDs. Like, I love media. I think media, CDs, books, DVDs are the best to get started, but board games are absolutely fantastic. There's really big opportunities with board games, selling them as new, which is my favorite, but also selling them as used or collectible on Amazon. Now, if you have the patience to go in and count all the pieces and make sure that every piece of the board game, or even puzzles, are great too. Some of these board games that are maybe 10, 20, 30 years old that aren't being sold at the stores anymore, people want to relive their childhood. They're nostalgic to them. So if you could find, one of these board games like Parker Brothers or whatever at the thrift store, count the pieces, make sure it's all there, you can sell these for 30, 40, 50 bucks. Now, the bread and butter is going to be in new board games, 100% sealed. The thing is, a lot of times they're a bit more challenging to find at thrift stores because everybody and their mom who are resellers are going after the new board games. But new board games, I mean, seriously, they can sell for huge margins. Quick little pro tip, if you're going to flea markets or auctions, look for board games. Most resellers will just ignore them at the flea markets and auctions, and you can make huge profits with board games. Category or niche number 4 is going to be toys. Now, toys is a big category. Now, board games do technically fall under the toy category, but I'm talking about toys like Lego, which Lego's really easy to get ungated in as well. Just go to lego.com, buy 10 of a specific ASIN, and you'll be ungated. I love handheld games, Radica, action figures by Marvel. I've made so much money over the last year flipping these items from, well, I do mostly eBay to Amazon, like I said, but even garage sales. My mom does a ton of thrift stores, and most people, they literally overlook toys. They think, well, toys are made for eBay. Toys aren't made for Amazon. I sell literally thousands of toys every single year. And especially during Q4, October, November, December, toys sell like hotcakes on Amazon. So for that reason, I love selling toys. They're easy to get ungated. The profit margins are huge. The competition is pretty low because a lot of people don't get ungated. And also they're great to flip from eBay to Amazon. And matter of fact, if you're not sure what eBay to Amazon is, you can definitely check out my masterclass down below. I'll put a link on the screen, rakeandprofit.com/E2A masterclass. This is the complete step-by-step program that I created that teaches exactly how to buy undervalued items from eBay and flip it on Amazon FBA. And I've done, just in the last 12 months, over 600,000. Matter of fact, in the last month alone, at the time of this recording, I'm at $110,000 in sales with about a 25% profit margin. So do not overlook toys, and definitely don't overlook flipping from eBay to Amazon. And number 5, the last niche, and this is probably one of my favorite niches right now. And I do want to say this probably is a bit more intermediate. I wouldn't say this is the best one for beginners, but I want to throw this in because sometimes people are like, Steve, I'm not a beginner. You know, I watch all your videos and I was a beginner 6 months ago, but now I'm doing 5, 6, 7,000 a month. So I want to put this out there for the folks who watch a lot of my videos. Electronics. I love flipping electronics. Now, I'll say right now, some of the benefits are there are lower competition because you will have to, utilize a bit more of an advanced ungating strategy. You're going to have to spend more money to get ungated. The profit margins are huge. Like I said, there is lower competition because of ungating, but also one of the downsides to electronics is the return rate is a bit higher. So last year, my return rate was only about 3% on Amazon, with over 300,000 in sales. Now, this year, my returns have almost doubled, to about 6%. And it's because I deal with a lot of electronics, consumer electronics, items in the business and industrial category, tools, home improvement, items like that. And I know we're only talking about electronics, but, there are some downsides to it. But the best thing about electronics and tools, I know I'm kind of throwing that in there, is they sell so fast. The sell-through rates are extremely high. And, out of all these categories, I would say, books and, DVDs are probably a bit slower compared to board games, and toys are much faster. But, at the top is definitely electronics. So hopefully this video helps if you're trying to figure out what to sell, what to flip. If your brand's making news, start with books. Go through my free 5-day book selling workshop at rakeandprofit.com/workshop. Once you complete that, move on to CDs and DVDs, get ungated with christianbook.com, then expand to board games, even look into video games and whatnot, used or new. And then I would move on to toys, Lego, handheld items, Radica, things like that. There's a ton of toys. Get ungated in Lego, Marvel, Fisher Price, all those. And then I would say move on to electronics and tools and go from there. So hopefully this video helped. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, show some love. And I forgot to say as well, if you want to learn more about eBay to Amazon flips outside of my masterclass, check out my podcast. It's the E2A Flippers podcast. I'll put a little picture and some information on the screen. So go check that out. It's 100% free. And I put out a new episode every single Monday on the podcast, also on the YouTube channel. So with that being said, much love. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.